The South West needs a long-term strategic rail plan. That was the message from Labour MPs from across Devon and Cornwall this week when they met with the Transport Secretary. They asked for the meeting following the disruption to rail links caused by the severe storms which hit the region after Christmas. But this year's weather damage was just the latest reminder of the fragility of our rail links, despite years of campaigning for a modern and resilient upgrade. Seb Noble reports.
Railways in the southwest facing the full force of storms this winter. The impact caused major disruption to commuters, with services cancelled and disrupted, communities cut off. Now local MPs want a long-term strategy for our rail network.
We know our train line's rubbish. We know previous governments haven't invested in it properly. But if we get this right over a long period of time, it will unlock growth and create jobs. And that's the slight change in our focus I want us to have. Because instead of saying we need help because we've got all this underfunding, which is true, that's about grievance. And I want this to be about growth.
The government's paused the completion of work strengthening the cliffs near Dawlish. Improvements which followed its closure for 2 months in 2014 from storm damage. It comes as Labour's committing £45 billion for rail upgrades in the north. Experts argue just a fraction of that could transform rail resilience here.
10% of that 45 billion figure would complete the resilience works near Holcombe. It would reopen the Dartmoor line in full from Exeter through Oakhampton and Tavistock to Plymouth. It would give the West of England line a vastly needed upgrade, and it would allow us to strengthen other critical parts of our infrastructure. Now, the challenge is that we've got to make an irresistible case for that, and it is no good going to government with a begging bowl and saying we're not getting our fair share.
Well, this is Penzance station. This is the terminus for the railway from London down to Cornwall. I wonder whether people here feel like they're not just at the end of the line, but when it comes to rail investment, at the back of the queue.
I'd say yes, probably. I mean, I don't know how many millions or billions, but yeah, central government should be looking at infrastructure in the southwest.
Every time the sea comes over the top of the line, they shut it. Any flooding, they shut it. And nobody thinks, well, how are people supposed to get around the county?
I think we've had a few MPs that have advocated for more money spent on Cornwall. I do think that could certainly be the case, as long as, particularly in how it's now very big for tourists, it is becoming more of an importance nationally.
Local transport bosses insist they'll keep lobbying for more funding.
It's really important that we see investment in the rail across the southwest to make sure we have a resilient network, and that's the main line, but also the branch lines. We've had a number of the branch lines that have been out. The Loo line has only just reopened. And as the Rail Task Force, we stand absolutely ready to work with government to work towards a strategy for that resilience, and also to look at investment in things like Wi-Fi on trains.
The government insists it's invested significantly to protect railways here from extreme weather and will continue to ensure lines remain resilient. But is that enough to reassure those who fear our region's still being left on the wrong side of the tracks?